What's up, guys? Chris here, back again with another video for you guys today. In tonight's video, I want to make a short video talking about the market and some Team of the Week 3 investments, things you guys can just no risk invest on. And we'll talk about some wants to watches, some news around that, and then talk a little bit about what we saw this morning with the market in regards to Squad Battle Rewards and FUT Champs Rewards. So before we get into the video, if you guys can just drop a like on it and subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So we're going to start the video out with some Team of the Week 3 investments. Now, these cards are not at their absolute low point. They're just simply not. The buy time on these guys was Sunday early morning. And that was the buy time for a lot of cards in this market, specifically meta golds. So what happened this morning was we had a culmination of Squad Battle Rewards supply and FUT Champs Rewards supply that dropped the market a little bit. And then what happened was all of those coins came onto the market and the market absolutely flew up today. It did very, very well. Now, in my opinion, there's more coins in the market now than there were, let's say, 4 or 5 days ago, right? You had the Friday Wants to Watch promo where if people put on their FIFA points, they were getting coins from those packs. You also have another week of, Squad Battle Rewards supply. And then you also have now the first full week of FUT Champ supply. And just from my rewards, which I got 14 wins this weekend, I got myself a good 150,000 coins, right? There's more coins in this market now than there were a few days ago. That is just absolute fact. So we saw a nice market rise today, specifically on the out-of-pack market and also the gold meta market, okay? Now, I said this to my chat earlier today on the stream, but if you guys have golds that are under 150,000 coins, and there's only really just like, you could put on two hands the amount of cards that are over 150 that are gold, this could be one of those weeks where you just get out of them. Whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow on Monday, whether it's on Thursday this week, this might be an opportunity to just get out of a lot of this stuff that has just been continuously dropping since the start of the game. We saw a really nice rise here. Look at this Kimpembe, 43,000 coins, all the way up to 50,000 coins today. Another card, Kimi went up a lot today as well, I believe. He's up to like 180,000 coins. Let me show you guys here. He hits a 169. He goes all the way up to 183 at a peak today. So we saw some really nice market rises. Now, theoretically, because the market has more coins, people should be gravitating to this 150k plus market a little bit more now, because people, the cycle of FIFA goes like this, and I'm going to briefly explain it, but people originally have the coins to go and buy cards like this, right? This same Maximin. Once these guys get supplied more and more, their prices continue to dip, and the demand for these cards isn't there as much, and that is why they really do drop, because people are now moving on and they're going to the next set of cards that they can afford. Because as the year goes on, more and more people, or at least from the beginning part of the year to at least Black Friday, the market is gaining more and more coins each week, as there's a lot of people on this game, but they're also getting FUT Champs Awards, Div Rivals Awards, Squad Battle Awards, and then you also have the Friday promos. So people are getting coins every single week, and people are moving on from these sets of players. So the mid-tier market, which is up a decent amount today, I mean, if you look at guys like Dembele, right, Kimpembe, like I showed you, they're really, really high. I'm not against if you were to sell these cards, right? If you're no longer using these guys, right, he went from 60,000 coins today to 66.5. If you guys don't really need these cards anymore, it's not a bad opportunity to dish some of these guys out probably over the next few days, if not today on Monday. And just the reason for that is because the longer you have cards like this in your club, the more you just allow these guys to get supplied. So if you want to take this advice, you could sell as long as you do not want to use the card anymore. I will never tell somebody that wants to use a player to sell. I understand you guys are obsessed with the prices on cards, but if you're not using the card anymore, there's no point in holding the card for 2-3 days. Maybe he rises a couple thousand coins. Makes no sense. You can make a couple thousand coins within 10 minutes with the coins you would get from that specific player. So that's what I would do. I think when it comes to like the lower tier meta goals, I think if you guys have like the Van Dijks, the Varans, the Manes, right? Players like that, you probably can hold. That market is going to have more coins now. So people should be gravitating towards that market a bit more over the next like week or two. So they shouldn't fall off as much as like the lower tier market should whenever there's more supply, because these guys are going to have a lot of demand. Because there's so many people in this game that have yet to be able to use these cards. As good as the pack supply is, these cards are still not as used as they want, as people want to. So I think over the next week or two, you'll kind of see these cards get used a bit more in teams, rather than like the same Maximin market, maybe like the Lucas Moura market, right? I think people are going to move on from cards like that. If you have cards that are out of packs, right, guys like Barella, there's really no reason why these cards should drop that much over the next couple days. He's currently right now 128k. I'm actually going to see if I can find like a 122 or something on this, because I think I could flip this overnight at 135, make a decent amount of coins on it. But I don't think you guys have to really panic too much. Like, I know a lot of people are asking me when to sell Vinny, when to sell Barella, when to sell like Jesus Navas, right? All these cards are up a lot out of pack, so I don't think you guys necessarily have to worry too much about the out of pack market. And if the out of pack market ever does drop, I think it's an opportunity to always buy in, because these are cards that no longer have supply on this game. So that's kind of like my thoughts really on the whole like market and what we saw today on Sunday. Now let's get into some Team League 3 investments. Now I showed you guys Suarez there a little bit. Suarez right now is 34,500 coins. Now, as you guys could tell over the last 2 weeks, Team League investing has done very well if you bought on Saturday morning or Sunday morning, right? As long as you got in on the Sunday early day, you were getting on some decent prices. This Suarez was like 32,000 coins yesterday morning, went up to 35, down again to 33. He's now up at 34.5. If you guys can find this Suarez in the low 30s, I don't mind it as an investment. Locatelli's discard. I think if you guys want to look at any of the discard guys like Talisca, Locatelli, Azpilicueta, Trapp, who else is on here? Wendell, Chamani, or whatever his name is, Lafont. Or if you want to club stock any of these guys, you can. I just recommend that if you don't have a lot of coins, investing in guys like that is probably not the smartest thing to do, because those are coins that you can use in the short term, and these are cards that you're holding for the long term. And I think it's always good to just do a couple like card club stock from each team of the week, because at some point they will be needed for SBCs, and you can see some nice rises. And that's a question I get a lot right now is, when do I sell my, fodder? When do I sell my Team League cards, right? And that's something where the meta market has gone up a decent amount, that is informs, but the fodder market really hasn't done that well. And that's because EA is now releasing SBCs right now that's making these cards rise. So you just have to be patient with something like that. So I like Suarez. Jonathan David, I don't know what it is about this guy. He's got some really good stats. He kind of reminds me of like an Osimhen for this week. Osimhen went from like 19k to like 26, 27. So, I could see a nice rise in here. Now, I would be careful. The only reason why I'm saying be careful is because Jonathan David on the market right now has a minimum price of 21k. The last time we had something like that happen was with Tony, right? They had his price at 18, then they lowered it to I think it was 10.5, right? It was just a normal team of the week. So just be careful with that. Foden, I think, could do very well out of packs. I kind of like Foden. The thing is, I don't like his price. I was telling people earlier today on the live stream, he's been fluctuating actually a decent amount. Every time I see him, he's either 99k or 95, 97, right? I think he's fluctuating a lot. This guy was 89,000 coins on Saturday night. Okay, just putting it out there. He was very, very low on Saturday night. Let me show you guys here his graph really quickly. It actually shows 98k right now. As you can see on Saturday, he was 88, went to 94, down to 88, chilling at 89. Yesterday morning goes down to 90, up to 96, and then from then on. So this is something that you guys have to kind of pay attention to throughout the next, the whole year really, is Team League cards. You're going to be able to get on them if you buy on Saturday or on Sunday early day. Because once you get down to Sunday night or even on Monday, people are already buying into these cards, and their supply is drying up every day because there's no supply coming on Monday unless EA drops a a tradable pack or a repeatable SBC that people can go and do, but I'm not expecting that today on the market. I just simply am not, and that's what I'm going to tell you guys today is I believe the market is going to probably rise a bit more today, or at least hold. And the reason for that is because there's not going to be that much content, I don't think. It's Columbus Day, I believe, here in the US, and I believe it's a bank holiday in Canada. And normally when it's a bank holiday, they don't have a lot of people in the offices at EA Sports, which means that their content is going to be automated. So whatever they have planned for today is probably going to be something light. I believe we got a 78 plus repeatable last week on Monday. Maybe something like that could happen again. But I'm thinking if you guys want to, buy any cards today, right? I think before the content drop could be a safer play because, and especially if they dip, right? If you see a couple of drop-offs a couple hours before 6 p.m. content, you guys can look to buy these cards for, playing with them on the Monday. Because I believe the market will rise a little bit later today, or at least hold. Like I said, I don't think there's any reason for the market to drop today on Monday, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of content. One last thing on this video is these ones to watch cards. There has been some confusion, I think, with regards to these cards are going out of packs, I believe, on Wednesday. And people were thinking that because of the ones to watch pre-order pack, we were going to get Team 1 and Team 2 back in packs. I can assure you that's probably not the case, and we had the same discussion last year on the market. If in regards to will Team 1 and Team 2 go on packs, I don't think that's going to be the case. Again, it's just a little confusion going around with the ones to watches. If you want to though, guys like Ramos I think could do kind of well out of packs. Sabitzer I think is going to be solid. I think one inform for Sabitzer will go to 86 overall, pretty solid card. DePaul, I believe, will go to an 84. That'll be a solid player as well. Bellerin's a no-risk investment. Danny Ings, I don't mind either. I think he'll go to an 83 or 84. Correa, same thing. Firpo, same thing. And this Jadon Sancho is apparently getting a Team of the Week this week for his performance for England. So I think we're going to see some nice market movements with this card. Pay attention today on Monday. That's something I want to show you guys, actually. Pay attention to FUTBIN's predictions on the Team of the Week today on Monday. That's when they normally come out. If you do see cards that are in predictions, you can buy their golds if they're not inflated. This week apparently is supposed to be a really good week for some of these Team of the Week cards. We probably have the best Team of the Week so far. Some contenders, you got Mbappe, Robertson, Sancho, Mane, Teo Hernandez, Marquinhos, Rafinha, and Navas. Those are the guys that I've been seeing on Twitter. So it should be a good Team of the Week. I have actually a small Prime Gold Players pack for you guys. We'll see what we get here, obviously. That is a board, and it's going to be, whenever it's Spain and board, it's never good. And we got Luis Alberto there, Leno, and Pau Torres. A lot of Spaniards in that pack, actually. Other than that, I just want to talk one thing about you guys. Like, we talked a little bit about like the mid-tier and high-tier market kind of, especially the high-tier market rising more. I just want to show you guys some icons. And a lot of people, are asking me like, what's going to happen to guys like Van Persie and other like meta icons. And here is Garincha's Babies graph last year. This card, as the year had gone on, right, as you can see here, we're kind of around that like October 10th, October 11th. He's 1.2 million. But he continues to rise and rise as there is more coins in this game. And that's what I'm telling you guys about cards like Kante, or cards like Virgil van Dijk, or cards like Mane that potentially could be going out of packs this week, is the more coins available on this market, the more those guys will be able to be played with, and their supply isn't as high as people actually think. So icons that are meta, they should continue to rise up, especially this week. We should see some nice icon prices. Unless EA wants to throw us all off and they want to put out a repeatable Team of the Week, tradable SBC, or an icon SBC. I don't know what they're going to do, but I think it's going to be a quiet week on the market. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be just quick flipping cards all week. Icon trading, SBC solution trading, chem, and position change method as well. Thank you guys for watching the video tonight. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.